Our story begins in 2007 when a studio called Imagi, the people behind the CGI TMNT movie, made a secret CGI Zelda pitch reel. But Nintendo did not accept the studio's offer. They took one look at it and said, no hesitation, no explanation. Why? Because Nintendo was still so traumatized from the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Disaster, which was so chaotic that it probably counts as a Ganondorf curse.
See you later, alligator.
What's up, all my gamer friendulums, all my Hylians, my Koroks, and that one guy who still insists Zelda is the green elf boy.
Well, excuse me.
Welcome to the Game Adaptation Newscast, and today I wanted to do something a little different considering the recent Zelda film, which is currently being filmed in New Zealand right now, and I wanted to take a look at the timeline of what it's taken to get the Zelda movie made. It went as far back as 2007. They've been trying to get a live action Zelda movie off the ground. Today I wanted to dive into the ancient cursed timeline of every single attempt and failure to make a Legend of Zelda movie. Yes, this saga is older than Ganondorf's skincare routine. But before we get any deeper in this, don't forget to take a moment to like and subscribe. It really helps a brother out, and it goes a long way. Now break out that master sword, put on your red tunic, and let's dive into the fire as we look into the ancient cursed timeline of every single attempt to make a Zelda movie. In 2007 to 2013, studios kept coming to Nintendo. Hey, what about a Zelda movie? Maybe Spielberg? Peter Jackson? Nintendo? No. Rumor has it Miyamoto would have turned down God if he asked to direct. And by God, he means Ridley Scott.
Go f yourself.
Fans, meanwhile, made fake trailers, concept art, cosplay photos so good they ended up on Reddit titled Please Be Real. Still, Nintendo's official stance, Zelda movie, never heard of her. But then, behind the scenes, something kind of started brewing. Shigeru Miyamoto and producer Arad secretly spent 10 years discussing a Zelda movie. That's longer than development of Breath of the Wild. That's longer than your Joy-Cons can last without drifting. These meetings probably went like, Miyamoto, we must protect Link. Arad, but we can make $1 billion. Miyamoto, go on. Still, nothing was official. Zelda fans continue screaming into the void.
I've got something special lined up today.
On April 1st, 2008, IGN debuted a trailer for a movie based on Nintendo's Legend of Zelda. The trailer blew up. Clever viewers spotted the hints on its credit screen that it wasn't real. It came out on April 1st, though that should have been their first clue. As an April Fool's Day joke, IGN and filmmaker Sam Balcombe teamed up to create a believable April Fool's prank which made hundreds of thousands believe it was a real project. And they ended up being very, very angry with IGN.
What were they thinking?
This little gem is what can only be described as a fan-made wish meets fulfillment meets YouTube prank. The trailer tries to sell you on live action or live action-ish, but instead of sweeping vistas of Hyrule, you get wardrobe that screams cosplay on a budget. It's kind of like they asked, what if Link was real but also didn't know how to walk without bumping into stuff?
In our time, faith.
This trailer was so gloriously terrible, but in the best way. First, they mixed multiple Zelda games into one pitch. Ocarina of Time? Of course. Some Twilight Princess? Why not? Some random dungeons from a game no one remembers? Absolutely. It's like a Zelda salad. Thrown in everything but the kitchen sink, shake, and hope fans don't notice. Secondly, the costumes that look like they came from a dime store LARP. That tunic, sweater, that master sword, maybe a broomstick, and don't get me started on the hair and makeup. I half expected someone to yell, "Cut!" mid-swing.
The hero of time.
The acting makes you wonder if the actors were sleep deprived or just shocked to be in a movie at all. Their expressions go from, "I just found a rupee" to, "Why am I swinging a stick at nothing?" And yet, that's part of the charm. It's bad in the way that becomes good again, like a meme wrapped in nostalgia, dipped in a low-budget charm, and sprinkled with "this can't be real" energy. "2013 ended up being just a portfolio film. This was a fully CGI trailer teaser that was made for a portfolio of an employee that used to work at Imagi Studios. There is passion there. You can kind of feel it. The teaser isn't trying to hide that it's a little DIY. And sometimes, just sometimes, that raw vibe gives a charm nothing polished can match. And being that it's from the same studio that did TMNT, it does have that TMNT 2007 CGI vibes to it. The characters are of unusual proportions, and Link looks pretty bang on, firing some arrows at those creepy spaghetti creature head thingies that were in Twilight Princess. And then it ends just as he raises his sword and he's about to do something. And we get a little glance at Ganondorf. It's a different take that I'm not a fan of, because Ganondorf looks different in every single game, but in this version, he kind of looked like he was 20 years old. This time, with the actual real production, Miyamoto and Nintendo took a second look at the idea of a live-action Zelda movie, and now here we are in 2025, and filming just began in New Zealand. And why New Zealand? Because it's a fantasy and magical and full of mountains. Because if it's fantasy and magical and full of mountains, New Zealand is legally required to host it. The release date of this film, May 7th, 2027. Summer is apparently going to be a busy summer for big movies, and it looks like they're trying to get ahead of those big releases with having a May release.
What took you so long?
The real reason Zelda took so long to reach Hollywood was Nintendo, who are extremely protective of their IPs. Mario movie trauma of the 1993 disaster. That's generational wounds that have taken 30 years to heal. Zelda fans are unforgiving. If it came out and it wasn't anything less than perfect, they would mob. Miyamoto basically said, "If this movie sucks, I'll personally yeet myself into Death Mountain." This movie had to be perfect, and that's why Miyamoto had to be involved, just like he was involved in the 2023 Mario movie, and look how that turned out.
When you think you're in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Every legend begins with a single step into the unknown.
Hyrule is changing, Link. Faster than we can prepare for.
I feel I would be remiss at this point to at least not mention AI and how more ubiquitous AI is becoming lately, and how much better people are getting with it. As you can see on screen, this is a trailer from YouTube channel that makes AI teaser trailers. This one looks pretty good, and again, I mean, these are not real things at all, of course. They're just fan made. The quality for with what AI can do now is pretty freaky, even just by using some of the pictures they've already seen. So it's quite impressive. But I still, of course, I'm way more excited to see how all this will look in live action. Doesn't cease to impress me with what AI can do and how quickly it's advancing with how it's able to make things look so realistic.
The size of the forests I knew, trails I walked, the silence I called home.
And that, all my Hyrulean friends, is the entire chaotic 20-year saga of trying to bring The Legend of Zelda to the big screen. from rejected CGI pitches to decade-long secret meetings to finally filming in New Zealand. This journey was more complicated than trying to figure out the entire Zelda timeline in order.
Okay, so I decided, oh shit, buddy, I gotta dig a little deeper.
If you enjoyed my little history breakdown on the saga of trying to get Legend of Zelda made, smack that like button with the Master Sword, smash the subscribe button with your shield, and let me know in the comments. If the film is directly adapting from one of the games, which Zelda game do you think the movie should adapt first? It looks more like they will go for something more recent. But if you say Zelda 2, I'm calling the police. See you next time, all my Hylian friends. Peace, love, and may your pots always contain rubies. Keep gaming. Chigan out.